That was a very charming, slightly overwhelming. I'm British. I find being thanked like that very difficult. But no, I'm really very heartfelt. I'm so grateful to both of you. And loved hearing your stories as well. I'm going to have to get the translation of yours. I'm afraid my Portuguese is horrific, if non-existent. I am going to repeat very briefly my thanks, which Eglantina and Ursula beautifully put already, to Vanessa, to Mario, to the team at Welcome Chaos. Without you guys, this would not have happened. And I love you both. I'm very, very grateful. The Extreme Hangout came about on a bit of a whim. I decided that not enough was happening at COP, and I wanted to see more diversity of voices. I wanted to see young people being included in the climate conversation. I wanted to see nature as a golden thread through all the decision processes that were being made. And I struggled to see how that was happening when people were sitting in large conference rooms with no windows and over air-conditioned and being fed terrible food and no access to nature, no time to take care of themselves over this 14 days of intense negotiations. So I went to COP, and with the idea that I was going to shake it up. I think my husband thought I was going to host a dinner party. He was wrong. Luckily, I found a space that took 650 people. I booked it for 12 days, and I invited friends and people that I'd worked with across the environmental movement over a few decades to just come and use my space. And that was how the Extreme Hangout got started. It was 4 years ago. Obviously, COP is only 2 weeks of each year. And COP, by the way, for those of you who don't know what it is, it's the big United Nations environmental conference, which is hosted every year, with the objective of helping business and political leaders make the right decisions so that we can decarbonize in time for 2050 in order to keep us under 1.5 degrees of warming. There's a lot of science and a lot of deep knowledge that can go into that, but that is the basics of it. And it happens every single year, but it's only 2 weeks of the year. And I'm like, shouldn't this conversation keep going all the time, every day, every week, every month of the year? And by the way, only a few privileged people get to go to COP, and a few people who just will not say no, and I love them for their guts, and they come, and I love that. But I want to hear from everybody. And every city, every country, every individual region in the world has got climate champions that we need to back. And we can't back them if we don't know their stories. And so this is why I'm so delighted that over the course of the last year, not only have we been in Cascais once before, so this is our second year here, but we have also had these pop-up events, a little bit like our TEDx version of the Extreme Hangout. These pop-up events are happening across the African continent. Rwanda, Uganda, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, the Bahamas, Argentina, Canada, the Netherlands, obviously here in Portugal. They are popping up now all over the world. And that's the point. I want to give everybody here in Cascais, in Portugal, the chance to celebrate the people in their community who are driving action and inspire everyone. 2050, yeah, we all know it could look hideous, but it could also look amazing. With technology, with all the wisdom that we have today, with the inclusion of indigenous people, people of different cultures, we can create the future that we want. And I am deeply grateful to wonderful Bernardo, who is the president of Tourism for Cascais, for believing in us, believing in the tour de force that is Vanessa. And thank you very much for having us for the second year. And please, would you like to come up and say a few words?